Listen. I can tell y'all without a shadow of a doubt, because I feel like y'all have been around it. Stand-up comics, not even just the producers, but our promoters, but the stand-up comics in general, we are always on. Like, it is a legit disease. I have been at a scene of a car wreck. I'm talking about the lady just got not even driven off, flown off in a Starflight helicopter. Car still torn up. I got blood on me. EMTs are around, and my comedian homeboy walks up and starts handing cards. His cards to the workers. And I'm direct quote. Hey, man, I just figured maybe y'all could use a laugh. He's just handing cards out. I'm just like, we are always on. And I'm just like, I have literally never seen a profession that when you don't leave the office. There's a such thing as leaving the office, and this one you don't. I feel like everything else you can like put something down. As a comic, we're always loaded. Like even when I was getting my vaccine, I'm cracking jokes why the lady has the syringe next to my arm, making her laugh. I'm like, imagine if she stabbed me by accident, like in the wrong spot, Tell jokes because I'm Kofi, So we're always loaded.
No, that's true. That's true.
I was gonna ask, when you were like, say, high school or something, were you the comedian of the group? Like, I know some people like flower into that later on. Right. Some people always had it in them.
It was there, but I think I was a storyteller. Like I think personally, I know that when I remember vividly telling these long, tall tales. Like, I mean, obvious lie, obviously fake, made up, and yet, first of all, people would be sitting there, and I'd still get like not shy, but insecure because people are staring at me. I'm like, why the fuck are they staring at me? It's like, oh shit, you're telling the story and they're listening, And then I would say stuff that I thought was obvious farce. And then they would like believe it. And I'd be like, guys, I said unicorns 3 times. Like, dude, we didn't know. You were convincing. And so I have to learn to say just kidding. And I don't have that problem as much now because my circle kind of knows me. But talking with people, I would sometimes say things. I don't know if this is maybe just a really good sign of a liar or whatever. But I would say something and they would believe it. And I'd be like, do I really have to say just kidding or LOL for you to understand I was joking? But I realized that probably as like a 20-something-year-old. And then it took me about 5-6 more years before I even thought about maybe we should try to tell jokes on stage. And then it took me till I was about 27 to actually try it because, it took 2 years to get on stage because comedy is scary.
Comedy is super scary, man. It's like walking that tightrope bridge from one cliff to the next.
Facts.
And you're like, people are getting over there. But damn, this shit looks scary.
People below you, make no like misconception or whatever. People below you want you to fall.
Yeah,
it's like it's going to this is bad. It's going to a plane show, and you're just like,
so it's gonna crash, right?
You see that guy do the dive, and you're like, is this controlled or is this by accident? Is this controlled or malfunction? And sure enough, he like lands, and you're like, oh. But
I kind of wanted to see an explosion, but I'm happy you say
my cards.
That's stand up. That is stand up every night. People want to see the explosion. It's great that the plane did the loop de loop and it landed, but sometimes people want to see what's his name, Keith Richards. They want to see, or whatever his name is. They want to see a meltdown on stage and be like, "Yo, but that one comic though that said he was gonna hurt himself afterwards. Yeah, that was the night right there. He was crying. I bet you he did go cry in the car."
Do you think comedians get a bigger kick out of that, or is it the audience?
I hope it's comics. I would really like to believe that regular people don't get a thrill out of watching a comic meltdown on stage. But man, I've talked to so many people that they pick up on stuff that you would think they didn't. Like, oh my God, he was sweaty. You could tell he was kind of nervous. It made it kind of unfun to watch him perform. And I was like, shit, people have been telling me this whole time that the audience doesn't know the stuff. No, they notice. They just choose not to say anything because of being nice.
Absolutely. I mean, they notice exactly what we notice, right?
Yeah.
And I think for the most part, well, here's what I'll say. Depending on the room you are walking in will determine whether they are empathetic or not. So I remember when I was doing stand-up, I only did stand-up I still write stand-up jokes, but I only actually did stage stand-up for about 3 years. And I got to the point where it was real fun to do. But what I wanted to do was do characters with improv. But one night I did a Apollo night in northern Kentucky. And it was predominantly Black show.
Oh, very nice.
I've done a couple of Black rooms, but none that was designed to sniff out the blood and have everybody go after you. So I was like, okay, I'm feeling kind of good. I'm going to go up and prove to myself I can do this. And of course, one of my jokes, like your son said, it wasn't a good joke. And I righteously got booed by this older Black lady. It was on Martin Luther King Day, I remember, because the joke was about Martin Luther King. And that was my first taste of actually having to deal with a heckler. But I knew at the end of the night that I still wanted to be a comedian because none of the boo made me go, I'm never doing this shit again. Right? It was all like, all right, I got to have 100 comebacks ready for the next person to do this. It wasn't that bad. I got booed. It wasn't bad. People laughed at me, but I'm trying to get people to laugh at me, laugh with me at least. So I could deal with that. Have you ever gotten booed?
Not literally, but I did a show in Killeen that to this day, when I drive by certain parts of Killeen, I just want to cry. Valentine's Day, picture it, Valentine's Day, 2017. I did a comedy show for Valentine's Day, all Black room. I knew it was wrong. I should have taken the gig, but I took the gig. You know why? Because I was like, hey, I got to learn how to perform any and everywhere. And they offered me personally the gig. I knew the gig wasn't going to go well because I didn't have the right jokes for the crowd. As soon as I walked in, there was a band playing very loud. If I would have done my job the right way, I would have just played with the band and it's worked for the entire duration of my set. Instead, what did I do? All the wrong jokes. And then I tried to do crowd work. I asked for a suggestion. Have you ever asked for a suggestion and not gotten one? Like, and I mean, like, had to like pry it from people. Now imagine doing that as a stand-up comic by yourself. And you were already bombing for like 5-6 minutes before that.
Ooh, which felt like 20 minutes probably.
That was a boo. Like that was literally a boo. And I had to talk to the dude. I said, hey man, give me a word. He was like, nah, man. And I had another lady I asked, I said, hey, ma'am, give me a word. And the lady looked at me and said, over. It was like she said over, but the way she said over, you knew that she meant. And then I said, give me another word. And she said, new joke. And I was like,
yikes.
So that's my version of getting booed. And, you know, I'm better for it. I'm still not sure if I'm ready to take a gig there. I'm lying. I'll take a gig. But that was definitely, I think, worse than a boo. Because at least a boo, you could be like, ha, you know, at least you don't know what they were booing at. I knew exactly what they didn't like. Me.
Yeah, that's tough. Man, that's tough. What was it like at the end of the night watching people leave? Did you leave before everyone got out of there, or were you like?
I couldn't because I have to wait to get paid, John. That's the worst part.
This motherfucker wasted my.
I had the comic that went up after me twerked and danced her ass off and respected her because they loved it. She was perfect for that crowd, and I stood next to her as people were like, "Oh my God, girl, you did that. You was funny as hell." And they looked at me like, "Anyways, girl, you was funny as hell. You did that. Ooh, you was. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Hey, girl, you was funny as hell." And then when we got paid, I thought the dude, because he was this big, like Jamaican looking dude, I thought he was gonna beat me up in the back because my show was that bad and not pay me. And truth be told, if it would have happened, I would have been like, I deserve that because I kind of bombed your show. You know, what did I expect? He has tattoos and dreadlocks, and we in Killeen. That's what's supposed to happen when you're not funny.
We cut to a therapy session with a bunch of comedians who bombed.
All right, John. So go ahead and let's go ahead and all right. Let's do this again. This time I want you to omit the swear words and let's use not necessarily proper English here, but let's delve a little bit deeper into how exactly you felt You know what? Let's take the show in Killeen, for instance. How did you feel after that?
Well, I felt like the Jamaican-looking dude was gonna beat my ass, and I ain't never had my ass get beat for telling jokes. I was actually gonna ask for this chick number, so I asked her for a suggestion, and she said never. And I was like, okay, I can't get her number.
He's doing jokes. This is not the place. This is not the place.
Hey! It's John's turn. It's just Antoine. It's John's
We're all trying to heal here.
And I take offense to that. You know, every Jamaican not gonna kick your ass.
Okay, so I guess you brought him with you, John. You brought the guy with you.
No, everybody from Jamaica doesn't work in the club with dreadlocks and tattoos.
You are literally the guy that he described. Are you sure you're not, John? Be honest. Is this the gentleman from the club?
No, this isn't the gentleman.
Not the guy.
It's not the guy.
I'm Rasta Rara. I've been doing shows in Killeen and all over the Austin area and in Waco and different places. Because go on, John.
I'm sorry. But it's the accent for me, man. The guy literally said it just like that. He was going to beat my ass because I bombed on his motherfucking show, and I can't get those out of my words in my head. I love Jamaican food. I haven't been able to go to a Jamaican restaurant. I just feel like everybody knows I bombed in Killeen. Like Jamaicans have a network all around the world to tell people what comedians to like. I just don't think I should keep doing it, man. I just don't know why it had to be me that night. Why couldn't it be the girl that showed up half naked? I mean, she wasn't even telling jokes. She might have even been a stripper for all I knew. I just knew people were laughing and all she was doing was shaking her ass. That's all I knew. You know, I mean, that's not comedy. I was doing comedy. They weren't laughing. I'm done.
That's a blood clot shame, John. It's a blood clotting shame.
What? I thought
it's weird because at my last show that I got booed at, when I was done, there was a big Jamaican dude waiting at the edge of the stage. It looked like he was about to beat my ass, and I don't even remember a Jamaican guy being involved at all. He wasn't on the set list. He wasn't backstage, but when I got off stage, he was waiting for me. He told me I bombed. He told me I should really think about what I'm doing, and I felt like he was going to beat my ass. It was weird.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know something. I'm actually not a therapist. I'm a court-appointed sketch artist, and we're trying to find this Jamaican artist this Jamaican.
Is this some sort of sting?
That's been trying to beat people's ass. So is this him? Is this the guy?
Oh,
that's
him. Yeah, that's him.
Oh my God.
Let me see. Let me see him again. And that's my son Harry. My son Harry.
Guys, go ahead and move in now. Move in. We have confirmed this is the guy.
What is going on?
We've been tracking this guy for like 7 shows now, and he's been catching guys slipping. Oh wow.
So this is a serial dude that's just going around like.
No, it's my son. I've been on the same show with all you comedians every night. We've been doing a tour together. You know I don't drive. My son got to bring me to the show. And then he stand there when you're not funny. My son can tell you that you're not funny. And then you think he wants to kick your ass just because he got tattoos and he got dreadlocks.
He said that he was going to kick my ass.
I felt it emanating from him.
You know,
I feel it emanating from you right now, actually.
But you know, comedians were all waiting for the other to fall so we can go to the top. It's part of his plan. He can bring your spirit down so his mom can get up there and then I can tell the jokes and I can be number one.
As she's like saying this, all gesticularly, she accidentally like punches one of the guys in the chin. Like, oh, she's lashing out. She's doing it.
Whoa!
Back up now. She just punched somebody. She literally just punched one of the comics.
I just talk with my hands, and I'm spirited, and I'm feeling attacked right now.
Why are you talking with fists?
You attacked him. You're feeling attacked.
No, I'm saying just because you know. That's okay. I should go and join the West Indian tour group because.
Well, before you go, do you want to talk about the last time you bombed? Since you're here, yes. I technically have 40 more minutes. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Out with it if you want.
So much,
if possible. Be respectful, guys.
All right, it's her time. But all right.
I was on a stage We were in Killeen for the show, the same show. These ones were there. And I did my jokes, okay? I've been killing every other place. And when I walk off, I thought, hey, it's my son Harry, but no. It was another Jamaican guy standing at the end of the place. And he said he was going to...
And scene.
Come on. Get it ready. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. I'm going to make that into a joke. I promise. There will be some kind of bit related to that whole, because it was perfect, y'all. I'm telling y'all, I really thought I was going to get physically handled because of this show. Like, I legit was like, you know what, Courtney? You've done comedy for about 6 years now. You've had a good run. This is where you get punched in the face for bombing. Like, they say a bomb doesn't physically hurt you. It's just like mentally and emotionally. No, I think a bomb can physically get you assaulted as well. So, but shit, let's go.